Hi guys, welcome back to the Belle. This is a podcast where we celebrate women in sports and entertainment. This week we have a lady who is actually she started as a personal assistant, went on to being a director. Now she's a managing director of an agency.
Oh, yes.
I saw that. You see research.
I know that.
Today we have Vuyo-olwethu Renene. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi guys. Sanwanani.
Yeah. So, what do you do for a living? Managing director of what?
So in short, I'd like to call myself the operator.
Okay.
Basically just running operations in all aspects of the entertainment industry that apply to me, which is management and entertainment legal consulting. But right now, my main job is managing director of the Golden Thread African Agency, aka GTA. It's a new agency that we just formed now. So I'm heading that up. It's 360 management, talent, companies. It's kind of a big deal, it's my baby. So.
Is the focus only on music?
No.
Okay.
So it's social media influencers, it's musicians. Because musicians is obviously because that's my background. So that's our starting phase. But we are also working with companies. So for example, if you're a company, like a brand, like let's say, I don't know, maybe you're Apple, you guys have influencers. We can handle those influencer relationships. So it's just basically relationship management for companies. And then we're looking to extend into media personalities. The limit really doesn't exist. I mean, at the goal is kind of to have a one-stop shop for everything. So.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you've worked for like an events company. You've worked in music as well.
I actually haven't worked for events.
Okay.
And guys, I'd like to take this moment to clear up. I have never worked for homecoming events. Okay? I'm not the plug, I'm not the guy. But a lot of people obviously get confused because of Gajoko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if this is leading up to your next question, but so I started out as a personal assistant for Chuli and Gajoko.
So both of them,
Yeah, so for both of them, and at the same time, that was crazy, man. I don't know.
Surely it was like under homecoming if it was Gajoko.
It wasn't. Like
it was
literally tailor-made and look.
Oh, so for him it was like tailor-made stuff. Oh,
but I mean, obviously by virtue of being in the same office as everyone, you kind of pick up on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So when Breakfast Club came, obviously they needed more hands. So I'm around. I was like, let me actually get some events background. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. So when did it all start? Actually, where did it all start? Like, where were you born? Where did you study? What did you study? Or like, what kind of kid were you like in high school and primary school? Take us back.
Okay, I love you. So I was born in Mthatha, in East London, in
Eastern Cape.
I was born in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. I grew up in Cape Town actually. So I don't really remember a lot of my childhood because obviously who remembers when you were like 6. But I lived in East London for a bit.
So you're firstborn?
Yes, I am. Firstborn daughter, so deputy parent.
Of course, of course.
So I started there, then we moved to Cape Town. So I grew up in Cape Town till about grade 6. Then I went to school in Grahamstown until matric.
Okay.
Then after matric, I studied medicine at Wits.
Really?
In my first year, not a lot of people know that. Because my dad's a surgeon, so like by virtue of me just sort of kind of wanting to please people, I did find myself just deviating towards that. But then I realized that it wasn't something that I wanted to do, so I dropped out. Then because I'm a black woman, in a black family. What was my next degree, and the only thing that really made sense for me that I could tolerate was law.
Yeah.
And then during my law degree, my BCom law, so I didn't do an LLB.
Yeah.
During my BCom law degree, I was kind of just like, I feel like I've always liked singing and I've always liked doing music, but I never really gave myself the chance to do it. So I decided I was like, okay, I'm going to do it full time.
Yeah.
At the time I was in Cape Town. So I started my music career. And that went pretty well. I think my biggest achievement is probably playing at Rocking the Daisies.
I saw that, and I was just like, "You perform at Rocking the Daisies?"
Yeah, that was a big deal at the time. And I mean, thinking about it now, it kind of was that spark into management, because I would use my social media platform to kind of push a lot of my performances, or push like my career, even as far as like documenting stuff on my laptop and kind of releasing these like mini doc things, which are a thing right now, but at the time it wasn't like content-based things were really a thing. And because I always looked up to like someone like Beyonce, who's always documenting.
I mean, I saw things with your performances as well, you had like dancers, a whole band.
So she was like my favorite. In my mind I was like, I'm gonna be the Beyonce of South Africa. And then it was funny because it was actually after Rocking the Daisies, and that's kind of like when everyone was like very interested in me and who is this girl. Then I actually just started falling back on it, and I was kind of just like, I actually don't want to be in the limelight. Like, I think I've tried it, I figured it out, and it's cool, but I don't want to be the star. But I do want to be in the music industry. And at the time, I think I had moved back to Joburg, and I was finishing my degree. And I always tell people the story like it was fate and also preparation, right? So at the end of my degree, I finally was like, okay, cool, girl, let's finish it up. Then what? December we're on holiday, yeah. So December we're on holiday, had a good time. And now obviously we're thinking about what am I doing after this degree, you know, like am I working, am I going to go study? And I think at the time I was looking at a course at Gibbs, the postgraduate something business, because I was just like, I need to get business skills.
Oh, okay.
Then Gatlego and I were following each other at the time, and I think he was asking me because maybe like he was looking at booking. I don't know if he was looking at booking me, or like he was just like, what are you doing? Like, are you still singing? Like, what are the vibes? Then I was like, actually, like, I've just finished my degree, and I want to apply, but I don't really actually want to do postgrad. I want to work, but I don't know how to get into the music industry. I don't know who to speak to, because when you look online, there aren't a lot of interns at a label, or like, so in my mind, I was like, I want to work at Sony, and I want to be an intern, because I've seen like the programs overseas, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And I didn't
that makes sense.
Then he was like, and I always say like, so when he said, what do you want to do? I literally sent him like the longest paragraph, just being like, did this, want to do this, don't know how to get into it, but I'm just really trying to learn. Like, that's really been my biggest thing. Then he was like, oh, that's cool. I'm an entertainment lawyer, so if you want to like shadow me, and like, I don't know if I'll get you to the management side, but you know, this is what I do. And I was like, dude, I mean, I have a legal degree, might as well, you know. Also, I'm a very organized person, so you're asking what type of person I was in high school. I didn't care until grade 11 when I decided that I wanted to be a prefect.
Wait, what? It wasn't a report with your...
No, so my grades were always just like chilled.
So it was just like...
In grade 11, I was just like, I actually want to be a doctor, and I actually want to be a prefect. So I was like, I want to be a doctor. Then to be a doctor, I was like, I need to do like extramural stuff. I need to be...
So wait, you didn't do extramurals, nothing? Like, you didn't choir?
I did choir. What did I do? It's taking me back. High school, I did Toastmasters. I did hockey, netball, basketball. I didn't do swimming. There was this other, I forgot what it's called. Like, it was basically like a cultural club and like NGO stuff. I just forgot what it was called.
Was it Amnesty?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
I was pretty involved in a lot of stuff. Also because I was in boarding school, so you know, trying to fill that gap. You know? And then I just started. I think in grade 11, I was just like, I want to be prefect. I want that on my what's it called, my transcript. So I started pushing for prefect, obviously, and then that's when I have a really strict approach sometimes. If you ask people who worked with me before. So that's where that kind of tied into. So because of my organization skills, because of just the way that I process things, even like when I'm studying or I'm learning something new, I made a great PA. And I was also interested in the work. Then he was like, oh, well, this guy's my client. Do you want to come, like, meet him? Or, like, do you want to come? Like, when can you start, essentially? And I was like, hey, dog, like, let's rock.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Next day, I met up with him. Then I met Chuli that day. Luckily, at the time, she was looking for an assistant because her assistant had just left. then he was like, I want you to meet Tuli. If she likes you, we're gonna figure something out. Then Tuli, thank God, liked me.
Yeah.
And then they were literally like, listen, we've got this opportunity, you can be a PA for both of us. You'll get exposed to management, you'll get exposed to entertainment side. And once you're in that space, you realize that specifically with legal, you do everything.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a lot, but I think because I was super eager, I was good at it. And I tried my best, and I was always kind of just saying, I'm observing, I'm just trying to learn. So then went from PA, then I got promoted to operations manager from both sides.
Okay. So tailor-made and look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally at the same time.
So everything is
everything
at the same time.
Yeah.
But how do you manage that? That is so crazy. So like the law side and the entertainment
You
side.
have to. So I think it worked out because of the type of clientele. It was kind of shared clientele.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, you know how all these people like who are from Pretoria, like Moela, Malaji, Tuli, like all of them kind of exist in an ecosystem.
Yeah.
So it worked out. I'm not gonna say it was easy. Like
yeah.
I think it worked out because, for example, someone like a Tuli didn't necessarily need that personal aspect to it. So I was learning a lot there, whereas Katlego requires someone who's like there and like kind of your right hand. And because of that, I was learning a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they both just gave me an opportunity to grow. And they were both like very much like figure it out. I mean, at the time, a lot of the work that I was doing wasn't, especially when I got to the operations manager level, like a lot of the work that we were doing wasn't stuff that was done before. Like I literally said, like, I'd like to be operations manager.
Oh, like you?
Yeah, like I was like, what's that?
Like, guys, I'm the guy.
Like I'm the guy.
Guys, why you guys looking at I'm the guy. I'm right here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also just important because they are literally people that allow you to
to grow.
If they don't care about position, the name, the title. It's just like, hey, dog, if you're doing the work.
What's up? Yeah. So I wanted to ask, okay, first of all, please explain what operations manager is for people who don't understand, right? And then, like, I want to know how, from music, what made you be like, okay, I'm done with music, this is all good, but now I think the background is where I'm more suitable.
First of all, being talent is hard. Shout out to artists because that shit is not easy. I think it was when I found myself not writing a lot, and I was kind of just like, I actually don't. I listen to my body. Like I listen to my body a lot when it comes to feelings. So like if I have a task in front of me and I'm not just gravitating towards it, it's kind of like even though sometimes yes you have to suck it up.
Yeah, like it's just.
but when it comes to transition, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it was really just that.
So like the desire just died down.
The desire to be an artist.
Yeah. Even now, like, don't you feel like, oh my gosh, my artsy side, a voice, songwriting, like it's dead.
So songwriting is something I think I would get back into because there's also money in it, and I like making money. But my main goal is to be the person behind the stuff.
Oh, okay.
I want to be known as a person that
you grew the brand. You
professionalize it.
Yeah.
That's a very big thing for me right now. Like professionalizing the industry and saying, folks, like these are businesses. Like it's not just that you as a talent. It's saying let's look at it on a threefold level, right? On the primary level,
most people don't know that actually. So
like on a primary level, you're just looking at like gigs, right? Which is something that South Africans specifically are very big at, right?
Okay.
But then on a secondary level, okay, we're saying brands. What type of money am I getting monthly, right? Then on a third level, I'm saying what are my music rights, like my royalties, my publishing, my masters, like what's the chat there? And I think encompassing all of those just gives artists the opportunity to grow their own properties, like touring, merch. You know, we see it a lot in American artists, and I think South African artists aren't utilizing it because of a lot of things. Also, like it's completely different markets.
Okay.
But I think we can get there. I think also just because of the way that Africa right now is the gal.
Like all eyes are on us now. Like the people are wondering what's happening here.
Yeah, like specifically in the Amapiano space.
Exactly,
honestly. Like, but I mean, even outside of Amapiano, like hip hop, like because we're having these fusions. So you have like a Venom and a Shishileza with Sondela, who like when last did a hip hop song chart #1 for weeks.
Is it hip hop? I really thought it was obvious.
It's hip hop. It's hip hop.
Okay.
It's a fusion. It takes both aspects to it, and it's a unique sound. I think it's unique to South Africa. So that's something that we should be exporting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So explain, what does an operations manager do? And entertainment.
Okay. So what an operations manager do? So I was always very frank on the fact that I don't like dealing with bookings. So like obviously even with the agency right now we do bookings, but there's a person who's delegated for that. So operations I think is just everything outside of bookings when we're looking at management. So it's making sure that in my case some of our artists had labels, right? So it's making sure that label manager relationship is maintained. Their scheduling, when are they dropping? When are they releasing? Music video shoots. Just making sure also that the CEO, or the MD, right, is at all meetings and basically being a number two. I don't even know how to explain it. Like basically being a number two and just doing everything. Like I struggled to write it down, and I remember when we went on strike, and I was just like writing down what I actually do on the daily. I was like, it's a lot. But it's basically just making sure that the different units within the business are working. So the bookings departments are working, the brand department is working, the music department is working. Making sure that everything is delegated, making sure that you are attending and you have an understanding of everything on the client's side.
So you basically oversee everything.
Yeah.
Making sure that the business is running properly.
Essentially. Making sure that everyone is being used effectively and everyone's kind of doing their job. So making sure that the CEO is able to do their job, making sure that the team is able to do their job.
And then, how would you advise people who want to get into this industry? How would you advise them to get into this industry? Because you said we're looking for internships at Sony, UMG. So how would you advise a younger Vuyo this is where you're supposed to look actually?
Right now, and I said it at a talk before, I think you have to follow the people that are in the industry.
Okay. So the biggest thing is social media. See what's happening.
Yeah, that's your quickest way. Following those people and then figuring out the ecosystem. I mean, I know even at Homecoming they have an open door policy where people kind of just go inside, doing that and saying, "Hey guys, I'm looking for XYZ." Most of the time, everyone will refer it. So with me, what I don't like is when somebody just says, "Oh, how do I get in?" What do you want to do, first of all?
Okay.
So for me, I'm always in a better position. And even if someone tweets me and they're like, "Dude, how do I get? What do you want to do? I want to go into artist management."
But what if they don't know? But they know they want to be in this space.
You have to have an idea. Unfortunately,
really,
you have to.
So there's no internship that just exposes. I know Homecoming does that though. We just expose you to different departments, and you figure actually, I think this is where I'm more suited.
Yeah.
Is there no such thing?
Not that I know
that
of.
Is crazy.
I think companies are getting obviously a lot more transparent with it, so people will literally. But it comes back to following the people who are in it because
see what's happening.
It might not be advertised, but maybe on their Instagram they're like, "Hey, Oaks, I'm looking for an assistant," or "I'm looking for." I think being an assistant
actually
is the best. That's really the best way.
All right. Okay, I like that. And then you mentioned that people just like to say, "Yo, how do I get in?" But they don't know what's happening in the industry, right? What's the one thing you tell people who don't know about the industry? One of the things that you're trying to fix. It's not all glitz and glamour. What are the things these false narratives that people believe that you actually want to
It's hard work. So I think the false narratives are that it's very difficult, or I'm personally finding it very difficult to exist outside of my work. But that's because but not in a bad way. That's because of the ecosystem that exists. So I think the problem is that not a lot of people are on the ground and understanding what's going on, on the ground in terms of music. So who's going to events, literally socializing and networking. So figuring out what people do. So it's don't automatically go to a huge company because you think that's where you're gonna start. Most chances are you're gonna start at a smaller company who's maybe managing like 2 or 3 artists, and it's okay. Like you don't start right off the bat managing stars. Like I mean, it was a different for me, but genuinely,
it's not it's not a normal thing.
It's not a normal thing. Like I don't want to act and say that it was a normal thing. It's not a normal thing. Most of the time, you will start out with a nobody or like somebody who's still developing, and that's okay. Like you can't expect to start at the top. You have to hone your skills. I mean, even at like this stage in my career, I'm still learning so much. Like and that's why even like sometimes I'll get like DM requests like, oh, can you mentor me? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're just like, whoa.
I'm still learning.
You feel like you just started. Like I don't really know much, so like just wait a bit. Okay, I understand that.
You know, and I never, but I'll never not give anyone information. If anyone, I can sit here and speak about music and the business and who to speak to for this, that for hours. I will never withhold information because I think that was the biggest part of the previous generation, is what I call it, right?
Okay.
I think right now the generation of managers and just entertainment people are actually saying, guys, let's share this knowledge with the kids. Let's you don't exist on your own. Even like in a company, I'm not doing everything. There's a team, you know, so it's just sharing that knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. So for someone who wants to, you know, again, work in this industry, make an impact in this industry, what would you advise them to study?
Again, it depends on what you want to do. So you can apply.
So, like, let's say you're in management right now. Right? So management lawyer. So your space specifically.
Management, I would have studied. Like, so now I think, what would I have studied? Something PR related.
Okay, so
something communications.
Okay.
I think that you use that in everything.
Okay. But even law helps.
Law helps, but the problem with it was that law is so restricting. Like so. I knew I didn't want to be a lawyer. I'm an entertainment legal consultant, but even outside of that, like I do most of my work direct, just dealing with like the business affairs of artists and they label things like that. Like, but obviously having a background in law is so advantageous because I can comment on a contract from brand. I can comment on a bookings contract. I can assist with that.
Where do people find you?
You can find me on the streets. I'm joking.
That too.
No, I'm joking. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter. Vuyo_, literally.
Okay, and then your work.
My work. I mean, I respond to DMs, guys. So like, you can actually DM me. Just like come with something. Like, don't just say, "Hey, I want a job, please." Yeah, like,
like I'm trying to get into like talent management, but I'm struggling to find a way. How do I get there? Like,
I mean, I think better? I would suggest then find people that don't have managers. So start doing the work. Find people that don't have managers, and also just speak to us. So like, if you do happen to bump into me, like, I'm not gonna be an asshole and not speak to you if you're asking me like genuine questions. It's just like it's also the realities of the economy. I mean, like there aren't a lot of jobs out there, so it's not me withholding information. It's actually that there aren't a lot of opportunities for that, and management is such a personal relationship. But what is cool with our new agency, we're kind of incentivizing our employees and saying, let's bring your people here so that we can assist you in growing your careers. Because what we're finding is that a lot of people, their managers, they're stuck with one person because they're not able to work with other people, because as a manager, you're the PA, you're the PR, you're the road manager, you're the photographer, you're everything. So we're saying, come here, there are resources, and you can also bring in other people and actually just extend your career as a manager and as an agent. So that's really, I'm super excited for that specifically. That's really my focus right now. So I mean, I think I'd be in a position maybe to assist also, depending on a lot of things. But yeah.
All right. Thank you, Vuyo.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions for Vuyo, put them on the comment section. Also follow her.
I don't know. Follow me here. I don't know.
Somewhere here. And thank you to the Lost Alpaca for allowing us to have this podcast right here. I like this pink, so it works. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you again next week. Bye.